The comeback of Winx today. And the gates open. They're off. The mares missed the start by 4 lengths. In a sensation, Winx is last and Ecuador's going to lead comfortably. Hard 8 down the side. Then came Antonio Giuseppe from Allergic, and Bowman's putting himself in a position where he can start to creep a bit closer on Winx. She's still last as they go past the 800 metres. Ecuador on top, the pacemaker by a length and a half to Harper's Choice. Fox Play well positioned. Then Red Excitement, Inference, Antonio Giuseppe, Allergic, and Winx. She's still back last as they go past the 500 metres. Ecuador coming off the fence, giving Fox Play a bit of room. Then Harper's Choice, Red Excitement. Winx gets to the outside. 6 or 7 off the lead. Fox Play, the stablemate to Winx, makes the run on the fence. Goes up to join Ecuador. Red Excitement. Winx is 4 lengths away. She's cutting loose now. Fox Play in the front from Ecuador. Winx is down the outside. It's going to get desperate. Winx is going to Fox Play. Winx dives. Yes, she got up. Winx got up to beat Fox Play. There's 18 in a row, but what about the drama today? Off the lead, Fox Play, the stablemate to Winx, makes the run on the fence, goes up to join Ecuador. Red Excitement. Winx is 4 lengths away. She's cutting loose now. Fox Play in the front from Ecuador. Winx is down the outside. It's going to get desperate. Winx is going to Fox Play. Winx dives. Yes, she got up. Winx got up to beat Fox Play. There's 18 in a row, but what about the drama today? Ecuador third, then Red.
She couldn't win today. Everyone around us, I could hear the whispers, she can't win, she's gone. Don't write off a champion.
Just pressed that button at the wrong time, and she was in trouble there for a long way of that race, but champions overcome problems like that, and that was a show.
6 and comes home in 10.7. She's broke 11 for the last 200 metres over the last 600 metres. You don't see horses finish off like that as a rule. There they are there. They're the splits. You'll never see splits like that.
Yeah, Vince Accardi, it was amazing. You couldn't believe it would happen to her, but the chip broke in a saddle cloth, which is associated with the GPS timing for long turns. Something in the barriers must have...
What about when she was shuffling around there at the start? When she was...
Yeah, the racing purists, the guys that live and breathe by the times and things like that, they're all in amazement of what she'd done. So it's obviously something very special.
A champion. We're all, expectations high with us today, obviously, deservedly so, and let's hope she gets the job done.
Done the calculation, so 93.6% of the hold with tab fixed odds is for Winx. She did touch $1.10.
He goes for 19 straight. The Group 2 Chelmsford Stakes over the famous Royal Randwick Mile.
Gates open now, they're racing. She's jumped much better today, Winx. Settles about midfield, and Red Excitement's going to take up the early lead. Chicante quickly into stride, going to second. Harpings then to Sense of Occasion, followed further back by Who Shot the Barman, and Winx about midfield, one off the fence. Further back to Antonio Giuseppe around Libran and Saracen between them. Then came further back to Lifeless Ordinary, Lasquetti Spirit, and Allergics last of all. Josh Parr ensuring a very strong tempo here on Red Excitement. Gets the best part of 6 in front of Chicante at Harper's Choice. Now Winx is starting to get into her work, going into a clear fourth. A Sense of Occasion under pressure. Then came Antonio Giuseppe, Lifeless Ordinary and Saracen trying to pick up, but around the turn, Red Excitement. He's certainly making it exciting. Parr sitting pretty quietly, 6 lengths clear. Now Winx is getting cracking. Further back to Antonio Giuseppe, Chicante still there. Red Excitement 5 in front. Now Winx has only got 1 more to pick off. Red Excitement 3 in front. Winx is coming. Red Excitement, but here she comes. Right over the top, Winx. Barnstorming finish again. 19 in a row. He's certainly making it exciting. Parr sitting pretty quietly, 6 lengths clear. Now Winx is getting cracking. Further back to Antonio Giuseppe, Chicante still there. Red Excitement 5 in front. Now Winx has only got 1 more to pick off. Red Excitement 3 in front. Winx is coming. Red Excitement, but here she comes. Right over the top, Winx. Barnstorming finish again. 19 in a row. Winx beats Red Excitement and Chicante third. Then Antonio Giuseppe, Lifeless Ordinary.
I wasn't worried last start, but today I really was. And what she did today is just incredible. I mean, everything she does is incredible, but I just can't. I'm lost for words. I really am.
What is that feeling?
With 400 to run, I thought I was more concerned today than I was first up. I thought she was going to get there quite easy first up with her momentum, but sort of hard to gauge when you've got a horse free rolling like that. Has had a soft section, because you've got to give credit to the second horse.
You know, they were all jacked up. You know, she was moving into the race within 2 or 3 lengths of them. Yeah. She's getting out and chasing now a long way from home. We saw the first up win where she came home 55-1, her last 1,000. I mean, the Randwick track record's 55-7, and then there she is coming home 33-1 and eased up late. There's no knock. She's as good as she's ever gone.
Yeah, she's a champion, but the
Real's just going to be, you know, you go through all those wins. It's just not, you know, regimental wins where she's just too good for them. It's the way she gets out of trouble, you know, on more than 5 or 6 occasions.
It is.
Through that winning streak. She's an absolute champion. We all know that. We're running out of words for her.
Capper anyway.
Yeah, that's right. But just the surge from here on in, and then the sectional times don't lie. 10.8 the last 200 metres after a solid run race record time is quite astounding. Look, full credit to Josh Parr and the tactics on Red Excitement.
All the runners here for the Colgate Optic White Stakes 1600 Group 1.
I'm not sold on Barrier 1, but Bowman knows what he's got there. And
the thing with her is that she's so nimble, so even if she is presented a difficult situation, even win this win.
Toe when she was going around in that pre-parade ring, but once she got in here, she did.
On the inside gate, and they're racing. She's jumped out fairly, Winks, so she's going to settle in the second half of the field. And Red Excitement, the first out from Ecuador, with McIntosh quickly into stride. Fox Play is going to take a prime position in fourth. A couple further back to Happy Clapper. 2 further back to Winks, who doesn't have any further back to Fox Play. 3 lengths then to Happy Clapper. 3 lengths to the champion Winks, who's got 2 behind her. Heavens Above and McCreary as they stroll along the side section of the course. 800 metres to run. Red Excitement 2 lengths clear from McIntosh and Ecuador. 2.5 further back to Fox Play. Similar margin then to Happy Clapper. Winks is still 2. 3 further back behind Happy Clapper. Boy, she's giving away a big start. Then Heavens Above and McCreary's last of all. Parr really starting to up the ante, coming around the turn on Red Excitement. Boy, Winks is still third last. Red Excitement swings in front of McIntosh. Here comes Happy Clapper and Fox Play. And now the champ gets going down the outside. Red Excitement being tackled by Happy Clapper, but Winks is chiming in. Here we go again. Winks from right out the back powers away from Happy Clapper and Fox Play, and the champ makes it 20 in a row. Winks goes on to win it from Happy Clapper. Fox Play a distant third, followed then by McIntosh, McCreary. McCreary
is niggling at her more than usual.
It wasn't. It's not like her. At the 1,000, he was niggling, and usually you sneeze on her and she's on their heels, ready to pounce on the point of the turn. But at the 1,000, she was flat out going nowhere. I suppose 1:33.6 makes.
I thought, oh no, today's the day she's going to get beat. What did you think, Nick?
And watching her, it was probably irrational having a look at the way the race was broken down, the sectionals afterwards, and how good she's actually gone. It suggests she's going as well as ever. But during the race, watching it live and having Huey niggling for her for so far out, it was probably the most worried I've ever been watching her.
Well, at this point of the last start, and you can see the effect of where the leaders have really caved in. They've run 1:33 here for the 1,600 metres. It's the fastest 1,600 metre race she's recorded, she's recorded.
Anyone who thinks that this mare's not going as good as ever is dead set dreaming. Benny hit the nail on the head. The sectionals tell the story. They've absolutely flown.
She is one special horse. I think Vince Accardi, I read this morning, won 7.6 the last 1,200 metres, around that anyway. But she...
Niggles?
No, I think it was more than a niggle this time. He really said, come on, I want the old Winks to just be in touch on the point of the turn and have them covered. It wasn't so easy. She had to really run time that last 1,200 metres. And...
20 now. 19 before yesterday, 20 as of this morning, and she still hasn't reached the great picnic in the pub. Now, interesting story. Max Presnell wrote this in the Sydney Morning Herald yesterday. He spoke to Greg Carpenter about a weight that she might have got had she nominated for the Melbourne Cup this year. And Greg Carpenter admitted she would have got 64.5.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, Maccabi Diva in the third Melbourne Cup got 58.5, didn't she?
Yeah.
In a third, after she won 2 and a Cox Plate. 64.5 he would have given her had she been nominated.
Plenty of opinions here ahead of the Bobby Lewis. We might be able to get a little bit of justice now. $4.80, which is $4.20. Sorry, $4.80. Which is a very good push given it was $8.50 earlier today.
So Plenty, who is second last, and at the end is Lucky Hustler. So with 450 metres to go, it's Red Kirk Warrior held together from Saracino a length away as they quicken. Then Japanisma. Next in the field is Attention. Voodoo Lad looks to run on, and then Sosi Bon, who's held up. Red Kirk Warrior at the 200 metres has extended the lead to 3 lengths. Scales of Justice down the outside, but it's all over the place from Voodoo Lad, but it's all Red Kirk Warrior. Loves the Flemington 1200 and won it by over 2 Scales of Justice. Land of Plenty up for third from Voodoo Lad. Attention. Then came Sosi Bon, Lucky Hustler. Red Kirk Warrior has destroyed them. Well, it was a real history maker.
Punters on Hartnell, and they're absolutely charged into him. $1.85 now into $1.70. Did touch $1.65. It's all about him. Haydock.
Second last, Tavago, and Humidor is last. Haydock at the 850 by a half length to Hartnell. A length and a half away third is Le Romain. Blackheart Bart around it now. Galo Choppers right behind those horses from Single Gaze and John Snow. A length Tavago, followed by Seaburge, Ventura Storm, Humidor, and at the end of the field is Inference. They come around the turn. Haydock just in front of Hartnell. Le Romain 3 deep. Blackheart Bart 4 deep, about to sprint up. Seaburge, Galo Chop behind them. John Snow down the outside. Single Gaze and Humidor's presenting as well. Hartnell at the 300 metres moves up and takes Haydock, followed by Blackheart Bart, and Humidor is launching. Hartnell below the 200. Humidor's a real threat. Hartnell joined and headed by Humidor. Humidor with a powerful run. Sprints away. Oh, what a big spring coming up for Humidor. Bolts in. Hartnell second. Bart 4 deep, about to sprint up. Seaburge, Galo Chop behind them. John Snow down the outside. Single Gaze and Humidor's presenting as well. Hartnell at the 300 metres moves up and takes Haydock, followed by Blackheart Bart, and Humidor is launching. Hartnell below the 200. Humidor's a real threat. Hartnell joined and headed by Humidor. Humidor with a powerful run. Sprints away. Oh, what a big spring coming up for Humidor. Bolts in. Hartnell second. Third, Blackheart Bart. 4, Galo Chop from Single Gaze. Tavago, John Snow having a big day. 13.70 and 2.80. Number 6, Humidor, trained by Darren Weir, has been ticking over beautifully. But wow, what a burst today. Wide around the turn, and was the widest in fact. And that has been impressive, a pulsating win. Humidor, Damien Lane having a big day.
The good judges were saying how well he was going, and this proved it. He's got Caulfield Cup written all over him, hasn't he? Hartnell, I would have thought, had a soft enough time of it up front to the eye. I haven't dissected the times. They looked to be just casually going through the motions there, so I was surprised something come from the back. Just right down that horse, Ventura Storm, as far as the Cups are concerned as well, but that's a slashing Caulfield Cup trial.
Very good.
70, our man, and just getting out of faction again after having some support. Hans Holbein, he's into $5.50.
Charlevoix then came on the outside aloft as they come up towards the corner at the 750 metre marker. Almanda next the inside from Kalani Kid. Bondi Beach is getting going. Then Loresho, Yogi, Super Hayes and Swarkadelic. 600 metres to go. Grand Duke of Tuscany, 3 lengths Kiss Montaigne, followed by Hans Holbein. Crocodile Rock is presenting to the middle of the track, followed by Aloft Kalani Kid. Next Elmand on the inside, followed by Super Hayes, Yogi and Kalani Kid down the centre. Charlevoix and Elmandon right up on the inside. And it's Oliver and Elmandon scraping the paint at the 250, drives away. 3 lengths Crocodile Rock, followed by Aloft and Yogi Kalani Kid. Oh, but Oliver looks behind the right shoulder. Keep going, son. You're 4 lengths in front. Elmandon's going to absolutely trot in. Last year's Melbourne Cup winner. How impressive is that? He's down 2.5 lengths. Wow. Second, Crocodile, Yogi and Kalani Kid down the centre. Charlevoix and Elmandon right up on the inside. And it's Oliver and Elmandon scraping the paint at the 250, drives away. 3 lengths Crocodile Rock, followed by Aloft and Yogi Kalani Kid. Oh, but Oliver looks behind the right shoulder. Keep going, son. You're 4 lengths in front. Elmandon's going to absolutely trot in. Last year's Melbourne Cup winner. How impressive is
metres. That eased down 2.5 lengths. Wow. Second, Crocodile Rock from Aloft. Yogi Grand. That was devastating. Al Mandan, $5.30 and $2. He just kept looking behind the right shoulder and saw nothing coming. Al Mandan has trotted in the JRA Trophy.
But, Damon, you've ridden so many winners. Even you must be impressed with that.
That was extraordinary, Dino. It's been a long time since I've ridden a stayer where I've had my feet on the dashboard so far from home. That was really exciting. He's certainly come back better than ever, this horse.
Surprised me, I'd have to say, Shane, the way he just cruised past them at 61 kilos. It's pretty good effort, isn't it? He's obviously...
We're near full fitness yet. He looked terrific, but what he's done here is just extraordinary.
Well, 40 minutes earlier, I was willing to head to a tote window and have a little crack at Ventura Storm for the Melbourne Cup until I called this race and have a look at Ollie just scraping the paint up on the fence. And have you seen an easier win? It was, I mean, I thought the win of this horse in the Bard Cummings 12 months ago was easy, but this was easier. And this horse has come back in extraordinary order. And what a stayer he is. And I mean, that horse could have won by 8 lengths today, and Oliver's just kidding with them. What a win.
And the speed was on and everything went perfect for him. 61 kilos. Let's face it, this horse has had 5 runs at 2200 plus now in Australia, and he's bolted in a lot of them. He is one serious racehorse. He's I can't wait to see how he progresses into the Cup again. Well, we're set.
Sure, Storm.
Let it ride this year. Overall,
did they fancy? He wasn't the most fancied one out of his.
To Rosehill Gardens, race number 7 is the De Bortley Wines Golden Rose, 1400 metres, $1 million in prize money.
Sun and Champagne Cuddles is the last one. The Mission's gone through on the fence to hold out Paras for the lead, and they're burning along in the Golden Rose. 3 lengths away, 2 for Melody. Par's got the favourite Minari in 4th on the outside of Gold Standard, then Trapeze Artist. 2 off, 2 Dracaris from Diamond Tathagata. Further back, 2 Parar on the outside of Merchant Navy. Then came Chauffeur, assimilates out deep from Shogun Sun, and Champagne Cuddles the last one. They've gone hard in this. It's the Mission and Paras turning together from Gold Standard, giving chase, then for Melody, Minari and Trapeze Artist running down the outside. Paras takes the lead at the 300 metres. Trapeze Artist, Minari get going with Gold Standard. It's Trapeze Artist a half length clear from Minari, and then came Gold Standard. Trapeze Artist down to the 100. He's starting to extend away. Here's a big win in the Golden Rose for Trapeze Artist in Thai England. What a win. Second goes to Champagne Cuddles. Photo third, Gold Standard and Minari. Then came Assimilate from Parast. Further back...
Well, Trapeze Artist. It was Gerald Ryan, but not the horse everyone thought it would be. It's not Minari today, it's Trapeze Artist. Ty Anglin and Gerald Ryan, they win the Group 1 Golden Rose at $42.30 and $9.20. Here's the photo for the minors. It'll be the filly Champagne Cuddles running second, Minari third, then Gold Standard.
Wow, 91 into 41 late here, so someone's got to quit out of it. The blinker's back on today. He wins like an even money chance there. I've got no doubt about that. Can't say much about the others. This was a demolition job by Trapeze Artist at any old odds, like you say.
Has bolted in, has absolutely bolted in, and left some really good 3-year-olds in its wake. Here's
Inundated with She Will Reign, and is clearly our worst result at Sportsbet. Let's rip into the market. $3.10, Russian Revolution. He's got his support.
From Darren Vidora well back. She Will Reign's third last and ridden along. 2 lengths further back is Malaguira. Last of all, Voodoo Lad. Scheidel for the champion himself, Joe Moreira. About a neck in front. Our boy Hugh Bowman on Russian Revolution eyeballs him. 1 back, Jungle Edge, Rock Magic, Fardana the rail. Sweet Sherry well back, then Darren. She Will Reign will need to pull out a brilliant performance, coming the deepest on the bend. Joe dropped them. Scheidel's got 2 in front. Rock Magic's running on. Rock Magic after Scheidel. Rock Magic drawing up. Scheidel in front. No run, Fardana. She Will Reign. She Will Reign. Flying through Vidora. Vidora from nowhere, and She Will Reign in a great finish to the Moya. Darren, She Will Reign will need to pull out a brilliant performance, coming the deepest on the bend. Joe dropped them. Scheidell's got two in front. Rock Magic's running on. Rock Magic after Scheidell. Rock Magic drawing up. Scheidell in front. No run, Ferdinand. She will reign. She will reign. Flying through Fedora. Fedora from nowhere, and She Will Reign in a great finish to the Moya. Third is between Scheidell, Voodoo Lad and Rock Magic. Behind those, Photo and She Will Reign will get it. To the naked eye, she looks like she's got a margin. What a performance, what a filly. What a great ride by McAvoy to lift her from the jaws of defeats. Fedora has flashed out a light.
Turn, she wasn't going to win. She couldn't win. She Will Reign.
No, it was an amazing performance. I took my eyes off her when she, was out there going nowhere under pressure, and I was looking elsewhere. And to think that first run Moonee Valley against sharp sprinters. I know they went warp speed up front, but she was sensational. I thought Fedora was going to get the money there, but she lifted this filly, and that's. I know it's only 1,000-metre form, and you can make cases for other horses.
From the T-Rose that had no luck at all in One More Honey, Blake Shin would have had a good understanding of this filly now, and I think she'll really benefit by the longer trip of the mile. So he's going to need a bit of luck from that wider draw, and Pandemonium looks set to lead for a long way back.
They might often go to the 1,000 guineas straight away and ultimately end up at the VRC Oaks.
Girl the outside, 3 deep. Second last is I'm Excited, and Elise's coming one off the fence, starting to drive through, but will need some luck from there. Coming up towards the 600 metres. Well, on paper, this could be a topical Quinella College Romance and Lover, but they won't be there for too much longer, you would think. Just behind them is Sweet Deal. Pandemonium's under the pump. Now Cellar Girl gets cracking, followed by One More Honey to the outside, and now Champagne Cuddles is starting to work through the field. She's just going to need a bit of room. They come up the rise, and Sweet Deal moves up to Lover. Cellar Girl is sprinting quickly, so Champagne Cuddles, and Smooth landing up the fence. Elise gets the run as well. The two favourites, Elise went straight past Champagne Cuddles, then Cellar Girl and One More Honey. Hasn't she got a motor, Elise? That was electrifying. Elise wins it comfortably in the... Just going to need a bit of room. They come up the rise, and Sweet Deal moves up to Lover. Cellar Girl is sprinting quickly, so Champagne Cuddles, and Smooth landing up the fence. Elise gets the run as well. The two favourites, Elise went straight past Champagne Cuddles, then Cellar Girl and One More Honey. Hasn't she got a motor, Elise? That was electrifying. Elise wins it comfortably in the flight stakes from Champagne Cuddles. Cellar Girl third, just in front of One More Honey. Then Smooth Medium Sweet Deal, Legal Girl and College Romance.
Elise, what an exciting filly, and what a dash of speed today. And James Cummings picks up his first Group 1 in the Godolphin Blue. Glenn Schofield on board. Elise with a leg in the air beats them in the flight stakes.
Wow, what a combination they are, Schofield and Elise. I think he's had 4 rides on her for 3 wins. And
Elise first, 2 1/4 each way, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. They're in.
Although she's come round now and she's learned how to race, and he rides her so well, and she burst through the line breaking 11 seconds. So she's a serious filly now that she's proven herself at a mile. Great ride on the second horse as well. She's
Sir Rupert Clark Stakes, a big field over the 1,400 metres. And what are the punters telling us here, Dicko?
Well, the Answer My Friend has been the best backed at CrownBet, very well supported. It's into 420 now, so 460 a little while ago, into 420, so good late money.
The Answer My Friend, and attention racing to that corner. So as they reach the 950, it's The Answer My Friend burning them off, but has spent a few tickets by about 1.5 lengths. 2 in second place, attention, 5 lengths Gran Rosso, and they were followed by Mr. Sneaky, Scales of Justice, a couple to Royal Tutor, and they were followed by Land of Plenty, the outside of Sosi Bon from Santa Ana Lane. They were followed by Lucky Hustler, Sovereign Nation, It's Somewhat Toes and Stardom, and Canny Essent last of all. The Answer My Friend at the 500. Attention's having another dip on the outside, a neck away. 2 lengths Gran Rosso. Mr. Sneaky the inside, pushes off 3 and 4 deep, goes wide. Scales of Justice out even deeper. Land of Plenty running on in the straight. The Answer My Friend at the 200. Mr. Sneaky moves up on the outside, then Sosi Bon, Gran Rosso, Santa Ana Lane. Mr. Sneaky up to The Answer My Friend. Santa Ana Lane running on at the 50. Mr. Sneaky in front. Santa Ana Lane is charging home and will get up Santa Ana Lane from Mr. Sneaky. Sosi Bonosov. Land of Plenty running on in the straight. The Answer My Friend at the 200. Mr. Sneaky moves up on the outside. Then Sosi Bon, Gran Rosso, Santa Ana Lane. Mr. Sneaky up to The Answer My Friend. Santa Ana Lane running on at the 50. Mr. Sneaky in front. Santa Ana Lane is charging home and will get up. Santa Ana Lane from Mr. Sneaky. Sosi Bon or Sovereign Nation. They were followed next by Tozen Stardom. Scales of Justice, The Answer My Friend. It's somewhat to my... Santa Ana Lane at 24, 10 and 5.40, and Dean Yendall has won again. Dean Yendall, who scored earlier on. And Dean, I'm sure Dean Yendall is absolutely delighted.
It's been an outstanding 12 months for Dean Yendall. Another
6 months has been really solid and reliable and consistent, which it hadn't been. And he was always one of those horses that if he got into one of these races, if he could... if things went his way, which they obviously did.
All the money, of course, is for Winx here. $1.18 out to $1.22 at Bet365. Probably the best piece of information, though, is that Humidor, the boys are telling me, has been friendly.
Elizabeth in Sydney.
Well, you know, there's a superstar stepping out when the jockeys climb the Stewards Tower to watch.
4 lengths in front of Ventura Storm. They were followed by A Sign. 3 lengths away to Winx. Then came Humidor on the outside of Skyfire. They come up towards the 800 marker. And it's Magicool about to be tested here by on the outside Sir Isaac Newton. And they're 2 lengths in front of A Sign, Ventura Storm. Winx is ever getting so closer. Only about 4 off the lead and stalks them. Followed by Humidor, and Skyfire is last around the turn. 500 metres to go. A Sign moves up on the outside of Sir Isaac Newton. A length Ventura Storm. Winx Bowman hasn't flinched. He's doing it easily. And then came Humidor, Magicool and Skyfire across the track at the 300. Winx has ambled up on the outside. Racing Royalty goes to the lead. Racing's Wonder of the World puts up 2 lengths, 3 lengths. Ventura Storm followed by A Sign, but it's all Winx. 5 or 6 lengths in front. Look at her go with 100 metres to go. 21 today on the biggest dance floor of them all. Winx by 8 lengths. Ventura Storm second, Humidor third. A length Ventura Storm. Winx Bowman hasn't flinched. He's doing it easily. And then came Humidor, Magicool and Skyfire across the track at the 300. Winx has ambled up on the outside. Racing Royalty goes to the lead. Racing's Wonder of the World puts up 2 lengths, 3 lengths. Ventura Storm followed by A Sign, but it's all Winx. 5 or 6 lengths in front. Look at her go with 100 metres to go. 21 today on the biggest dance floor of them all. Winx by 8 lengths. Ventura Storm second, Humidor third, 4th A Sign, 5th Sir Isaac Newton, and Breathtaking, and it was so easy it was scary. Winx has absolutely destroyed them. Bowman has just had a picnic today, has barely moved. She's something else. Winx has absolutely destroyed them. One of the biggest winning margins you'll see in a Group 1 at Flemington. Winx, Breathtaking, and it was so easy it was scary. Winx is absolutely...
A breathtaking performance. One of the great performances, David Gately, I think we've ever seen at Flemington. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, it is absolutely freakish. And who said she's not going all that well? I mean, just desperate for the 2,000 metres. She just absorbed all that speed. And they looked to run along at quite a true tempo to the eye. And she just gobbled them up while...
Yeah, she was the best of the day, BZ. Look, she's the only horse all day at Flemington to break benchmark figures across all 3 sections, that being to the 800, 800, the 400 and 400 home. Early tempo here.
Here's the Cox Plate market, and, well, she's gone around at $1.20.
Assessment, James, of the Everest.
When I look at this race, Bruce, I see a lot of speed. Hootson will kick up from gate 1. Red Zell's another horse that will go really fast. So I want to pick a horse that's got a proven ability to chase a Group 1 tempo and still finish off. One of those horses is She Will Reign. We saw...
James, she's still in the market, and she's actually our second worst result. She's still there at $6. But it looks like a market that punters decided by this morning who they were going to back. There hasn't been a lot of change in the afternoon. Vega Magic still favourite at $4.40. She Will Reign I've talked about. Our worst result and best back runner is the mighty Chautauqua at $6.50. Red Zell $8.50.
To the big roar of the crowd, they're off and racing. She Will Reign was a bit tardy out. Will settle second last, and Bredzel jumped fast. So did Hoots on the inside, and they lock hornets. Williams is snagging back. Vega Magic looking for cover. Then Clearly Innocent further back to Brave Smash. 2 off to Tulip. 3 lengths to English. A length off Chautauqua last. Hootson held out. Bredzel for the lead at the 600. Fell Swoop without cover in third. She Will Reign poking through on the fence, followed by Redkirk Warrior deploy deeper out. Then came Brave Smash. Vega Magic's got cover around the turn. Clearly Innocent making hard work of it. English Chautauqua still back last. Up the rise. Hootson and Redzel. Hootson the insider. Redzel. Redzel puts his head in front now. Then came Deploy. Redkirk Warrior. Brave Smashers ducking and weaving. Chautauqua 6 off them. But Redzel's burst clear at the 100 metres. Vega Magic. Brave Smash running on. Then Tulip. But Redzel, he's home in the Everest. Redzel leads all the way. Vega Magic second. Brave Smash third. Then Chautauqua flying at the end. Further back to Tulip English. Redkirk Warrior.
Redzel has won the Tab Everest and $5.8 million. The Snowdens and Karen McAvoy and the Triple Crown syndications have combined with James Harron Bloodstock, the slot holder. It's all about Redzel. Vega Magic, a huge run in second spot. Brave Smash third, and then the grey Chautauqua. He couldn't make up the ground. Redzel
leaves his rivals standing when they let go on him. He deserves all the credit. Second horse had no luck whatsoever, Vega Magic. He went too far back, didn't you play to his strength, and he was very gallant in defeat, I thought. That's not making excuse.
He's only looked to remind myself how old he was this morning. He's only 5 and he's pretty much at his peak of his career. He's got another couple of years left in him at a top level now, and it's all before him.
How has
we tried to space him out in this month of 3 runs. This was just ideal for this horse, and you know we're
Peter Snowden's here with us. We've just spoken to his son Paul. Pete, can you take
racing? John Snow away well. Boom Time towards the inside shows speed. Sir Isaac Newton very deep on the track. Isn't rushing across midfield in the early stages. And there is Amelie Star pushing up on the outside. So at the judge, there's a surprise. Amelie Star is the leader from on the outside. Single Gaze, John Snow, Boom Time. Sir Isaac Newton very deep, followed by Ventura Storm and Humidor's 3 deep on the first turn. Harlem behind those horses. Then came Johannes Vermeer, Lord Fandango 3 deep. But Sir Isaac Newton at the top of the hill has raced away. Is about 10-12 lengths in front with 1,000 metres to go. Single Gaze second. 4 lengths to Humidor third. Then Amelie Star in fourth from John Snow, Boom Time. Next Ventura Storm, Lord Fandango. Next along the inside is Harlem from Abbey Marie. And next in the field, in between horses, Johannes Vermeer from Wicklow Brave and Bonneville. Next is Hardham. Then Marmello, Inference, and he's our Rocky last. Sir Isaac Newton approaches the 600 metres, but it's getting the stitch. Only 4 lengths in front now of Amelie Star, who's heeled up in Single Gaze. Humidor is hanging tough. It's been a brutal race. Boom Time runs up behind them. John Snow the outside from Lord Fandango, and back in the field then Johannes Vermeer into the straight. Single Gaze at the 250 takes the lead from Humidor. Boom Time between horses. John Snow down the outside from Lord Fandango. The leader Single Gaze approaching the 100 metres. Boom Time back to the inside. Johannes Vermeer's charging through. Boom Time at the 50s in front. Boom Time has won the Caulfield Cup. Single Gaze second. Johannes Vermeer third. Lord Fandango 4. Followed next in the field by Marmello, a beautiful Melbourne Cup trial. Next in the field was Humidor in company with Abbey Marie, Wicklow Brave, Lord, and a heartbroken Amelie Star is last of all.
Story. I mean, I didn't think he was good enough. None of us did. Corey Parrish gets the ride. Only knew this week. Ex-New Zealand. David Hayes owns the horse, trains the horse. He wins the 3rd Caulfield Cup. This is a stunning result. Kathy O'Hara nearly does it. And the favourite storms home for 3rd. Collect it all. Put it into some sense, Richard.
I can't. But David Hayes didn't even think this horse was good enough to beat his other runners home. And there he is. I can't make any sense of this. It's just a great race and it produces these sorts of results.
No, it's not. He didn't. You know, I thought he's a genuine Group 3 horse, but he's a Group 1 now, and just, I can't believe it. The miracles happen.
Gately, we've seen so many champions come through and win a Cox Plate, and we've got one of the greats in Winks who's done it for the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. I've been in racing a while, as you have, Shane, and loved racing for a long period of time. The build-up to this Cox Plate has been phenomenal. Can she do it? Can she be only the second horse in the history of this great race to win it 3 times? We're about to find out.
Yeah,
and as you can see there on your screen, she's into $1.17 overall. Opened up $1.16 this morning. That's all they've.
Multiple winners of a Cox Plate in its long history. Only one has been able to win 3, and that was Kingston Town. The pressure's on her out onto the track. She looks in a magnificent order. David Gate
for the Cox Plate, set, they're racing. And Winks got away cleanly. Galo chopped towards the inside of her, was away the best. From Seaburge on the inside, and not far away is Hardham. And they were followed by Folkeswood with the white cappers booting up. Now Winks is 4 and 5 deep, just staying out of trouble at the moment. Royal Symphony behind her, followed by Happy Clapper, and 2 lengths away to Humidor. So they head towards the mile, heading towards halfway now. 1,000 metres to go in the Cox Plate, and it's Galo Chop in front by a length. Second is Folkeswood, 2 further back in the field. Hardham the outside of Seaburge. Then came Winks. Next Humidor, Happy Clapper. Royal Symphony is last of all towards the side at the 800. Galo Chop in front, trying to dictate 3/4 of a length. Folkeswood. Then came Hardham. Winks peels to the outside now. Then came Seaburge, Humidor, Happy Clapper, and Royal Symphony. So with 600 to go, Galo Chop in front, but here comes Winks on the outside, sliding up now. We've waited 35 years for this, and Winks moves up to Galo Chop, followed further back by Folkeswood between them. 2 further back, Humidor and Royal Symphony. It's Galo Chop at the 350. Winks on the outside. Bowman hasn't moved yet. The valley's rocking and the world is knocking. Winks goes to the front. 200 to go. Humidor to the outside. It's Winks in front by a length. Humidor on the outside is trying hard. It's Winks in front. Humidor's coming at her. Winks is holding on. The Great Mare completes the great trilogy of the turn. Winks has won the Cox Plate by a half length. With 600 to go, Galo Chop in front, but here comes Winks on the outside, sliding up now. We've waited 35 years for this, and Winks moves up to Galo Chop, followed further back by Folkeswood between them. 2 further back, Humidor and Royal Symphony. It's Galo Chop at the 350. Winks on the outside. Bowman hasn't moved yet. The valley's rocking and the world is knocking. Winks goes to the front. 200 to go. Humidor to the outside. It's Winks in front by a length. Humidor on the outside is trying hard. It's Winks in front. Humidor's coming at her. Winks is holding on. The Great Mare completes the great trilogy of the turn. Winks has won the Cox Plate by a half length. Second, Humidor, a gap to a photo, Folkeswood, Royal Symphony, Galo Chop also not far away off those, followed by Happy Clapper, and Seaburge was at the tail of the field. Winks has done it, but she gave us a fright. But it is the mighty Winks, she's done it. The Queen joins the King. Relief for Chris Waller.
202.94. which is a new course record. She broke the course record that she set when winning this race 2 years ago. An unbelievable performance. Her 3 Cox Plate wins have produced the 2 fastest times since we've had the Strathair laid here at Moonee Valley, plus an all-time record margin win.
Very obviously, and breaks her own track record by 4/100ths of a second. Listen to that crowd as she comes back to scale with Hugh Bowman in the saddle. You saw scenes of Chris Waller walking through the crowd here, and he was lapping it up as well, and rightly so. What an amazing journey. He's a very humble man, Chris Waller, but he has to take a big bow here. I'm with Hugh Bowman on that. It just takes a phenomenal individual to keep a great athlete up for such a long period of time, and he's done that with this girl, Winks, winning her 3rd Cox Plate and breaking the all-time money-earning record as well on the way. What a fantastic...
And on top there, Hugh Bowman, great effort.
Has that noise coming back? I don't think I've heard anything like it. I've been coming to Cox Plates for 25 years as a punter.
Great moment. Admiring the history of this race and Australian sport, so it's very humbling to be on the other side looking at everybody. And I just thank them for embracing Winks like she's their own.
Take me through your emotions.
Provided by Vince Accardi and his IVR benchmarks. Historical. And this is a great perspective on lining Winx up against past champions from a times perspective.
If we just leave that up there for a bit.
Champ got a mention yesterday. She went past Makybe Diva's prize money record. She was the shortest price favourite since Far Lap. She's broken another track record over that 2040 at Moonee Valley. What else is there? 22 in a row. Q Bowman joins the Babe.
Watching a champion at the top of a game was just it was major numb yesterday. Just watching her records and her own course record at that. A freakish horse.
Concern about her going overseas to prove herself. She, to me, she's the best I've ever seen. I didn't see Frankel in the flesh, but to me, she is just an out-and-out champion, and I just appreciate her for what she is and what she's done for us.
Sure. It's a starter. For the Coolmore Stud Stakes, right down the bottom, number 19, Invincible Star for Gai Waterhouse. Of course, the stable is shooting for a running double after Sis Montaigne forged his way into
23. Merchant Navy is 14-8 to 17 as we roll on down the bottom of the page, and this is where a lot of activity's been. Firstly, Dracaeus is at 40. Continue to see money for, especially in the last 5 to 10. Invincible Star, which is $8 into $6, back to $6.50.
Melody, the mission's up there with Summer Passage, Goodfella and Hootson in that group of horses. Viridina's right behind the speed with the white cap onto the course proper at the 600 metres. Then Lone Eagle, next Kementari, Trapeze Artist, Merchant Navy, followed further back in the field by Tulip, and then came Vassergeist. Well back, Dracaris out deeper from Andaz and also Limestone. Invincible Star at the 300 metres leads by a length and a half. Formality, followed by Jukebox, Viridine. Then came Malahad and Hootson. Invincible Star at the 150 leads by a length. Formality is trying hard to pick up Invincible Star. It's Invincible Star. Merchant Navy's flashing. Invincible Star holding on. Merchant Navy drives and got up. Right on the line, Merchant Navy has beaten Invincible Star or Formality. Star at the 150 leads by a length. Formality is trying hard to pick up Invincible Star. It's Invincible Star. Merchant Navy's flashing. Invincible Star holding on. Merchant Navy drives and got up. Right on the line, Merchant Navy has beaten Invincible Star or Formality for fourth. A photo, Limestone, Dracaris there with also Viridine. Then Malahad, Goodfella. Merchant Navy gets up. Merchant Navy has won, flying up on the inside. Mark Zara for Aaron.
Talent, and he was actually quite dominant. The margin was narrow, but his win was extraordinary, in my opinion, and he's only been beaten once, and that was a total forgetful day up there. Had all sorts of issues.
Mark Zara was able to get away from the heels of the mission and come right back up along the inside. It continues to look very, very ugly for Catchy back there. She's basically just getting knocked from pillar to post. So all her momentum stopped, complete forgive. But look at the amount of ground that Merchant Navy picks up here, and you don't really get that same perspective on the late shot, but terrific vision there. And this is a smart.
About this horse has been always, you know, through the roof the whole way through it. Look at this for a ride, will you? Yeah, look at this. Is a sensational ride by Zara. He drew 15. He finds himself weaving back in the field there.
Hugh Bowman, Red Cardinal, the outside barrier for Karen McAvoy. Johannes Vermeer from 3, Bond from 1. Max Dynamite jumps from barrier number 2. Ventura Storm 15. Thomas Hobson from 21. Rekindling from barrier 4. Emily Star 10.
But we're $8 the field in a Melbourne Cup. Did you think you'd ever see it that wide?
Yes. Yeah. This one.
This one? Yeah.
8 to 12 bets easily. Marmello from me, Wall of Fire, then Rekindling and Almand.
I'm Wall of Fire, a definite saver Almandon. I'll throw in Marmello reluctantly, although I just think he's had a right night.
Lizzie?
Oh, I'm the same as Duff. I'm Wall of Fire, Nikita, Marmello and Humidor.
Clearly, the best-backed runner here is Marmello. Of course, he finished a fast-finishing 6th in the Caulfield Cup. He's ridden by Hugh Bowman, who's already got the Cox Plate under, and in now as low as $7.50 at Bet365. You can see our Mandan has been heavily supported as well. $7.50 originally, but got out to $10.
Here, Libran and US Army Ranger, but in order, 22, 14, 7.
Thomas Hobson the outside, and well back as Wicklow Brave and US Army Ranger.
Soldier. Sismontaine in front, but Marmelo's getting closer on the outside at the 800. Tiberian moves up to third. Boom Time behind those in fourth. Johannes Vermeer right behind them. They were followed by Hartnell and Max Dynamite as they run the turn. Next, Ventura Storm. Amelie Star, one of the widest, with Single Gaze. Further back, Wall of Fire and Big Duke. Almanden's in the pack as well. Sismontaine and Marmelo straighten for home, approaching the 400 metres. Johannes Vermeer moves up with Tiberian. Max Dynamite then rekindling, followed by Big Duke. Johannes Vermeer takes the lead. 200 metres to go. Johannes Vermeer in front, but here comes rekindling. Johannes Vermeer rekindling. Max Dynamite back to the inside at the 100. Johannes Vermeer rekindling, wearing it down. Johannes Vermeer and rekindling, stride for stride. Rekindling has won the Emirates Melbourne Cup. From in second place, Johannes Vermeer. Third, Max Dynamite. Then came Big Duke. Next, Nikita Wicklow, Brave Marmello, followed by... He has Quinella the race, Lloyd Williams. He's now won 6, and this time he goes 1-2. Rekindling has won the Melbourne Cup.
Re-establish yourself to win the Melbourne Cup. He's a 3-year-old by Northern Hemisphere time, and he has a massive future. He's come a long way over the past 18 months. He was...
Rekindling becomes the first horse since Vintage Crop, of course, in '93 to win the Melbourne Cup at its first Australian start.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, he's also the youngest horse to have won the Cup for a long, long time. The last...
Drew barrier 4, in the placings were barrier 3 and barrier 2, so it clearly was advantageous to be on the fence in the run, but a strong 5. But European bred horses, first 12 across the line, they've got a massive influence here on the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sports bet. So let's have a look at the Darley Classic, the big Group 1 sprint. And, well, Red Zelly went up 370 favourite, and he's on a slight drift out to $4. Red Zelly's won his last 5. He's a winner down the straight. So we put up Chautauqua, $7, and we said, Australia, how much do you love him? And they went bang. Chautauqua.
Set, and they're racing. Miss Rockaway only fairly. Red Zell out very well indeed. And initially they're going to split. Redkirk Warriors coming up the inside. They were followed by Man from Uncle Chautauqua. And at the end of the field, Terra Vista. At the 650 over on the flat side, it's Vega Magic, Redkirk Warrior, Miss Rock, and also Rock Magic. Onto the course proper. On the grandstand side, it's Red Zell in front of Impending Super Cash, followed next in the field by Spieth. Chautauqua's working into it. And further back, Clearly Innocent. And back behind them, Malaguera. Over on the far side, Vega Magic, Redkirk Warrior, and Miss Rock. Red Zell leads the division out here with Super Cash and Impending over on the far side. It's Rock Magic, Miss Rock, and Vega Magic. Red Zell over here, just in front. Terra Vista's flying home, but Red Zell's in front. A marvellous sprinter. Red Zell, 3/4, Terra Vista, Impending, and for fourth, a photo, Chautauqua or Rock Magic or Clearly Innocent. And then Vega Magic, Super Cash, Malaguera, Man from Uncle. Well, but Red Zell has led the division on the grandstand, and they couldn't run it down. And what a stellar spring. The Everest, the Shorts, and now the Darley. Red Zell defeating...
Be a part of his $1 million, 11 wins and 5 placings from 21 career starts. It's his second Group 1. And, of course, he also won 108.74. David Gately. There's no doubt about it now. He is the #1 sprinter in the country.
Yeah, he has the title. There's no doubt about that. He's in close.
Red Zell, he's an absolute beauty. 6 straight, would you believe that? And the prize money that he's amassed now is just incredible. Full steam ahead, I would suggest, for next year with him.
Yeah.
With the money on... who's to think that what he could end up in with prize money with the money around for sprinters these days.
That's right. Well,
and at good value, in my opinion. Folkeswood, Galo Shop, and Happy Clapper, the next best. But with the Darren Weir trained.
Wait for this race. What a race it is. The Emirates Stakes Group 1, 2,000 metres with $2 million in prize money on offer. It's time for a market update.
$5.50. Well, I can tell you now, Cliff's Edge got no friends whatsoever, the 3-year-old with the 51 kilos, and it's Folkeswood, who is your favourite. Forward
wide with a truck up from Sosi Bon, Happy Clapper, then Tozen Stardom, Sense of Occasion, Harlem, and Samavera's last approaching the turn in the Emirates. 600 to go, it's Galo Chop just in front of Cliff's Edge. Folkeswood joining in 3 deep now, it's somewhat 4 deep, and Odeon underneath of it. Sosi Bon is poised behind them, followed by the Taj Mahal. Tozen Stardom needs and out. Happy Clapper's the widest, followed by Samovar, but Cliff's Edge moves up on the outside of Galo Chop at the 300, followed by the Taj Mahal, Folkeswood and Odeon, a great finish. Cliff's Edge at the 200, trying to shake off Galo Chop, followed by the Taj Mahal, Folkeswood and Odeon. Still Cliff's Edge, the 3-year-old, 100 to go. The Taj Mahal and Toes and Stardom's gone out. Toes and Stardom dropped from the sky and won the Emirates. Toes and Stardom by a length and a half, followed by the Taj Mahal, Folkeswood and Odeon, a great finish. Cliff's Edge at the 200, trying to shake off Galo Chop, followed by the Taj Mahal, Folkeswood and Odeon. Still Cliff's Edge, the 3-year-old, 100 to go. The Taj Mahal and Toes and Stardom's gone out. Toes and Stardom dropped from the sky and won the Emirates. Toes and Stardom by a length and a half. Second, up for second, Happy Clapper. Then for third, Taj Mahal was prominent. Folkeswood, Cliff's Edge not too far away with it, somewhat in a great finish. Behind us, Toes and Stardom at 660 and 240. Needed an out at the top of the straight, and there was a wall in front of it, but it's burning.
Horse he is, Toes and Stardom. 2 Group 1s for the Spring Carnival. He took out the Toorak over 1,600 metres.
And you would have thought, oh, this is all over. Yeah, it's all over. And then he picked himself up, and he really showed his sprint at 2,000 metres here. He was terrific. Happy was great. He just kept coming, Happy Clapper. He's probably 1800s is probably Happy Clapper's best distance, but he didn't throw it away. He kept grinding away there. There was a pack behind there, but...
Strip ambles up 3 deep now, makes a line of 3 and gets its bib in front on the point of the turn and goes to the front. 200 to go, Nature Strip rockets away. 2 or 3 lengths in front of Golden Luster, Camilla Lucinda, Smoke Satisfaction, Riverina Romance, but it is all Nature Strip. This is a terrific win, if you don't mind. He's down 1 at 5 lengths. The Strip ambles up 3 deep now, makes a line of 3 and gets its bib in front on the point of the turn and goes to the front. 200 to go, Nature Strip rockets away. 2 or 3 lengths in front of Golden Luster, Camilla Lucinda, Smoke Satisfaction, Riverina Romance, but it is all Nature Strip. This is a terrific win, if you don't mind. He's down 1 at 5 lengths. That
Good run, beaten 3.5 lengths behind Red Zell, the Everest winner. Number 8, State Solicitor, William Pike rides for Grant and Alana Williams. It's out the door. You can't write a bet for it. 3.10 out to $5.
From the lead, 650 to go. The mare Caipirinha led the way. Comes off the Riverside, 3/4 in front. Malibu Style ridden along to stay with a second. Durandal third down on the inside. Whispering Brook fourth and getting a great run to the corner. Prophet Street's down on the inside from Dainty Tess. Vedora getting up inside of those, travelling well. Starts to shoulder into the clear. State Solicitor still well back in proceedings as Caipirinha heads for home. On the outside, Durandal, Whispering Brook. Furyk has got right up near the rail. Prophet Street's weaving his way through it. Here's the South Aussie mare, Vedora. It's Vedora with 100 to go. She bursts through in the middle, races to the lead, and the Winterbottom's all over. Vedora, the pride of South Australia, beat Furyk. Durandal third from Prophet Street. Santa Ana Lane from last. Rock Magic, Dainty Test next home. Vedora, ridden by Joe. Another Australian victory for Vedora in the Winterbottom Stakes and Lloyd Kennywell.
The record, when you go back through it, is just amazing, actually, and he just knows it like the back of his hand. He spaces the runs. I think she was the Moya, 28 days to the Manikato, 36 days to that race with the trip. He just knows that how she can turn ugly, but everything went picture perfect there for that mare. Bowditch knows her well. He knew he was on a well-prepared mare, and boy, when she got in the clear, didn't she sprint? She was so dominant there. Furyk, as she missed the start.
Nature Strip off the rails, and also Holy Seal as they come up towards the turn at the 600 metres. A length and a half Valente, followed by Streets of Avalon and Magnorum. 2 lengths the Regiment Strella, and Frankel My Dear at the end of the field at the dip at the 450. Holy Seal on the inside rallies through to lead Nature Strip at this stage by 3/4 of a length. 2.5 Streets of Avalon, Valente the Regiment, and they were followed by Strella. Holy Seal given a slap with the whip, but Nature Strip goes on by with 150 metres to go. Wants to lug in towards the inside, but absolutely raced away. Look at the turn of foot here. Nature Strip 4 or 5 lengths in front. Jock puts the whip away. That was superb. Holy Seal given a slap with the whip, but Nature Strip goes on by with 150 metres to go. Wants to lug in towards the inside, but absolutely raced away. Look at the turn of foot here. Nature Strip 4 or 5 lengths in front. Jock puts the whip away. That was superb. Nature Strip by 5 lengths. Holy Seal, Streets of Avalon. Valente Strella. Might be a humble Wednesday at Sandown, but that was tremendous.
Nature Strip away to win $22,000 into the kitty. Ryan Maloney puts the whip away, a little sneak peek over at the screen, and then a little grin. In fact, more than a little grin. 4 Nature Strip, win 3 at start 4.
Expected to put on the barbecue come Monday morning for breakfast, bacon and eggs and the likes, and they're having a good day. Gary Nixon just had a winner in Sydney. Of course, Greg Hick.
Witherspoon likewise. Secret Lady is going forward, so Secret Lady is now just in front here, passing over on the inside. Jonker, Jonker got skittled. Jonker lost about 3 or 4 lengths there, and F Trooper's burnt clear now. It's F Troop about 5 lengths in front. Sunlight goes up into second, passing Secret Ray, and Crockett's about 5 lengths away. F Troop's in front at the 350, led by about a length and 3/4 here from Sunlight. They're well clear from Witherspoon on the outside. Nomathage, Secret Lady, Merrill's back over on the inside. F Trooper still the leader. Sunlight on the outside's looming up now. It's F Trooper and Sunlight clear from Outback Barbie, but Sunlight has reached the lead now from F Troop. Outback Barbie full as a boot, jumping up out of the ground, but Sunlight for the millions. Sunlight's won it brilliantly by 3 lengths to full as a boot. A massive run. 3rd Outback Barbie. 4th was F Troop, followed by Secret Lady.
Sunlight the filly has won the Magic Millions and won it easily from Full as a Boot, who's...
You need to be ready for a grand final. It is a grand final. It's high pressure. They went out very hard, and she was up in that zone, and then to still finish as strong as she did. Not only is she a star filly, but she had the edge on fitness.
A couple of the journos were...
Yeah, I was very concerned. I could see something that was going to happen, but I tell you what I took great comfort in was the courage of Luke Curry and his experience. Luke made the decision to go up in there and protect himself, and if had coming out of that would not have protected him. He rode up in there. He used those horses around him, and I think that moment won us the race.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the market here for the CF4 Stakes, courtesy of Bet365. Tosin Stardom, heavily backed. $4 is your favourite. There's been huge money for him over the past couple of days. Hartnell, second pick, 5, now out to 6.
From Lord of the Sky, who's on the improve now after a tardy get-go. Further back in the field is Tosin Stardom, who's also pushing forward out deep on the track as they reach the 900. From Mr. Sneaky, well back Abby Marie, 2 lengths Shillelagh. So the front runner is thrown him and then tries to put the brakes on. At the 800 metres and leads by about a length. The Lord of the Sky, Tosin Stardom, 3rd, 3 deep. Dollar for dollar, 4th the inside from Shah Hitzi. A length to Hartnell. Mighty Boss on the inside midfield from Brave Smash. Out deeper, Mr. Sneaky with cover, followed by Jester Halo. The inside is Single Gaze from Abby Marie and 2 lengths Shillelagh. Up around the corner at the 400 metres. It's thrown him, and on the outside, Lord of the Sky, dollar for dollars poised. Tosin Stardom, 3 deep, roused into it, followed by Mighty Boss. Shah Hitzi. Hartnell presents down the centre with Mr. Sneaky, followed by Single Gaze. Thrown him at the 200 metres from Lord of the Sky. Dollar for dollar behind them, followed by Tosin Stardom, Hartnell and Mr. Sneaky. It's thrown him just in front of Lord of the Sky at the 50. Hartnell's lifting. Hartnell lifting. The big boys come back in style and won it from Shah Hitzi. Hartnell presents down the centre with Mr. Sneaky, followed by Single Gaze. Thrown him at the 200 metres from Lord of the Sky. Dollar for dollar behind them, followed by Tosin Stardom, Hartnell and Mr. Sneaky. It's thrown him just in front of Lord of the Sky at the 50. Hartnell's lifting. Hartnell lifting. The big boys come back in style and won it from a photo. Flashing through Single Gaze on the inside, and Brave Smash from the clouds, followed by Thronum, Lord of the Sky in photos. Behind those horses, Dollar for... There she is, and then Thronum. And then behind them, Lord of the Sky and Mighty Boss in a bunch finish. It was a terrific race. Hartnell is the winner.
And he didn't really turn at all, and I was quite worried about him and had to be firm with him a fair way out, and thank goodness he lifted to the quality of the horse that he is.
Horses His Highness Sheikh Mohammed has ever had in training in Australia, and he's the horse's 3rd Group 1 since arriving here. But
here for the feature sprint race, the 64th running of the Black Caviar Lightning, and of course named in honour of the unbeaten super champion who had turn it has been with Redzell still your favourite, $1.80 into $1.70, but now slight ease out to $1.75, but does remain a
3rd last, and at the end of the field, Redkirk Warrior onto the course proper at the 600 metres. Super 2 in the middle in front of Ball of Muscle, Haydock, Redzell there outside. They were followed by Terra Vista Rock Magic, Miss Rock. Out deeper on the track is Full Melody and Sapedo from Redkirk Warrior. 300 metres to go. It's Super 2 under pressure, grabbed by Redzell. McAvoy hasn't moved.
Ball of Muscle back to the inside from Haydock, and down the outside Serpedo. Red Zell with 150 metres to go strikes the front. Rock Magic late with Miss Rock, Red Kirk Warrior, but it's Red Zell in front. Red Kirk Warrior's flying home. Photo. Oh, it's close. Red Zell or Red Kirk Warrior. I'm not two under pressure, grabbed by Red Zell. McAvoy hasn't moved. Ball of Muscle back to the inside from Haydock, and down the outside Serpedo. Red Zell with 150 metres to go strikes the front. Rock Magic late with Miss Rock, Red Kirk Warrior, but it's Red Zell in front. Red Kirk Warrior's flying home. Photo. Oh, it's close. Red Zell or Red Kirk Warrior, I'm not sure. Photo finish in the Lightning. What a thriller. Third photos, Miss Rock Serpedo there with Rock Magic, followed by Haydock. Red Kirk Warrior will get up on the outside. Red Kirk Warrior, Regan Bayliss for Hayes and Dabidic has bloused Red Zell right on the mirror. What a thrilling race. Red Kirk Warrior.
Yeah, he's a high talent, and it's incredible to think that his first start in his life, he won a 2,000 metre race at Newmarket in his maiden. So he's running at half his debut distance, which probably has never been done. And he ran down a champion and ran incredible sectionals to do it. So I think Red Zell lost no admirers, and
when you have a look at his sectionals here, Red Zell doing everything to win the race, and your blokes come home last 800 41.99, last 600 31.59, last 400 21.21, last 200 10.64. Red Zell's done everything bar win the race. It just goes to show how exceptionally good your horse is here. Fresh, that was an unbelievable win.
It was just incredible because I thought, you know, it was a good margin back to...
For the Group 1 Blue Diamond Stakes for the 2-year-olds over 1,200 metres, a fantastic betting race and one of the most open Blue Diamonds in recent years. Bet365 markets. There's been a lot of support coming through for numerous runners, but there has been one huge go today, and that is for Written By. This morning it was $11 and now into $6.
Part of Grand Symphony, Written By, out 3 deep from Lady Horse Owner, Ennis Hill and Prairie Fire on the inside. They were followed by Plague Stone and Aristocratic Miss. Runnan on the fence midfield from More Than Exceed, Longleaf and a Hood, followed by Encryption, Kinky Boom, En Bahar and Quafila last. Crossing the Abbey at the 550, leads 3/4 Written By. Lady Horse Owner up around the outside, 3 deep from Prairie Fire, stalking them. Then Ennis Hill, next Aristocratic Miss. Further back in the field, Plague Stone, a Hood to the outside, only about 4 off the lead. It's Written By taking the lead at the top of the straight. Written By from Lady Horse Owner, Ennis Hill, Prairie Fire back to the inside. En Bahar late down the outer. Written By at the 200 metres, 2 lengths in front. En Bahar charging on the outside, but it's Written By. Written By for Jordan Childs. What a victory. What a moment for the young man. 3 lengths, En Bahar. A Hood third for fourth. Prairie Fire prominent from Encryption. Kafila, Aristocrat, Longleaf. Written By Jordan Childs. His father, Greg, won the race back in 1992 with Reva Diva. And Written By has stormed a victory for trainer Graham Begg, the colt by Written Tycoon out of Yao Chin. Jordan Childs from the outside gate.
Written By had that wide gate, but he's so quick out of the gates, isn't he? You can see him here. Although he doesn't find the fence, what you can see from this angle too is that it is a straight line from the barriers to the bend. So if you can, well, I've got to go now. And that acceleration he showed from that about 300 metre mark was enough to put the race away. Uhud
Taken up. She's got that fitness edge over a couple of these other runners. She's
confidence at the same time. It's another one of these races today that I want to look and learn a little bit as far as the slippers colts. So I'm marking them 4, 7, 1 and 5. I'll stick with this filly Sunlight. I know she's got a little improvement to come, but she has got...
In a sec. Esther Jarb, no peace, so Neutrality presses on. He's right on the bridle now, a neck in front to Esther Jarb, and Clark takes hold on Sunlight, just getting a nice toe into the race third, and they're beaten off Knievel and Gongs coming to the turn, and Neutrality the outsider head in front. Esther Jarb still on the bridle, comes back. Sunlight's peeling off their heels, giving chase, and then came Gongs down to the 300. It's Neutrality, Esther Jarb and Sunlight's chiming in now. Neutrality filly's run its race. Esther Jarb still has gas in the tank. Sunlight the outside goes to it. It's Sunlight and Esther Jarb. The fillies are ripped clear of the field. Sunlight the outside of Esther Jarb. Sunlight had the better run. She's just in front, and Clark gets her home in the silver slipper. Sunlight wore down a game Esther Jarb, and they finished well clear of the rest. Gongs down Esther Jarb, who was attacked mid-race. The horse that attacked her has finished right out the back from them, and Esther Jarb just toppled by Sunlight.
You better start to be excited about this golden slipper, because that silver slipper has delivered something special. The Esther Jarb was rest.
You said it. Two outstanding fillies. Look at the gap. Where are they? Where's the rest of them? There they are. And that's
market along with Esther Jarb, and there we see Written By at $6. So the best two-year-olds starting to come to the top.
An hour away from Winx's return at $1.80. Wouldn't you love that? $1.08 to 110 on the.
They gathered a leg for the thrill seekers, Glenn. All is in red.
We're racing. Winx was the last out of the gates. About 3 off the lead. Stampede and Jemadar the first two into stride, but Stampede has come out like a bull out of a gate. The champ Winx is back second last, 8 lengths off the lead, and Lasquetti Spirit is starting to tack on now. At the 800 metres, Stampede looking to make all. 3/4 in front to Jemadar. Then Classic Uniform from Prized Icon. Vinland moves up into a 3-wide position, followed by Who Shot the Barman, then Libran. Winx is still back second last at the 600 metres, but starting to creep into the race now, and 3 further back to Lasquetti Spirit. On the point of the turn, it's Stampede in front. Classic Uniform comes off the fence. Prized Icon third, and Winx is starting to loop the field. 400 out, it's Stampede in front, but Winx, Hugh Bowman just sitting there like a department store mannequin, hasn't touched the mare, and off she goes. Prized Icon going home in a second, and Libran's making ground, but nudge, nudge, wink, wink, away she goes, the champ, and this is an Australian record of 16 Group 1s. Winx powers away to beat Prized Icon and makes it 3 Chipping Nortons. It's Stampede in front, but Winx, Hugh Bowman just sitting there like a department store mannequin, hasn't touched the mare, and off she goes. Prized Icon going home in a second, and Libran's making ground, but nudge, nudge, wink, wink, away she goes, the champ, and this is an Australian record of 16 Group 1s. Winx powers away to beat Prized Icon and makes it 3 Chipping Nortons. Classic Uniform third in front of Libran.
At it. She is the best in the world. There are none better. Look at the ease that she does it yet again. 16 Group 1 wins. No horse has done that. She's gone past Black Caviar's record. They're hanging over the rafters here.
Oh, mate, it's fantastic. Have a look at the crowd. You know, this is what people want to see.
Horses come back, regardless of whether they're Winx or who they are. So to see it come back like this is pretty special.
Once again, we're in the presence of greatness, and we saw Winx make it 23 straight and win her 16th Group 1 win in a row. You never get sick of it. Ron Duffus.
He was, Greg, what is it, a 3-year winning streak, and we're not getting sick of it, that's for sure. But geez, I don't want her to see her travel. I want to have her here. I wanted to see her win another Queen Elizabeth. I want to see her win another Cox Plate, which she can do. Do we want to
remain one day? And Winx went straight past him when he reckons he was, at full throttle and flying. And he's on Prized Icon, which was primed to the minute. And look what she does to him.
I spoke to Glenn yesterday after the race, and he said he just couldn't believe what just happened. He said the way she went past me is as good as she's ever gone, in his opinion. And I think Glenn Schofield's all right. We don't feel for Glenn. All he has to do is open internet back. Gone, in his opinion. And I think Glenn Schofield's all right.
$6 the field now, so we've got a little bit more money back for Merchant Navy. So $6 Merchant Navy. Redkirk's held at $7.50. Brave Smash still there at $8, and Rich Charm got in.
And a few of these are coming towards the outside. Redkirk Warrior's going to lead the brigade over, with also Thronum heading towards the ground, towards the flat side at the 850. The leader is Lord of the Sky from Booker. and Rock Magic the outside from Brave Smash, and then came Rich Charm, Merchant Navy, and Ken's Dream is last of the division over on the flat side at the 600 metres. Over on this side, it's Red Kirk Warrior just in front of Thronum, Lucky Liberty and Serpedo, followed by Miss Rock and Catchy, then Fastnet, Tempest and Sosibon. Over on the flat side, it's Booker with Rock Magic chiming in. Lord of the Sky, followed by Brave Smash. Rich Charms running on from Merchant Navy. Red Kirk Warrior leads the division over here at the 200 metres. Rock Magic and Booker over on the flat side with Brave Smash coming through as well. Brave Smash descends at the 50, takes the lead. Red Kirk Warrior going with it. Photo finish, they're wide apart. Brave Smash, Red Kirk Warrior, followed by Merchant Navy, followed next in the field by Rock Magic on the flat side. Serpedo over this side with Catchy. Day tonight is going to nail Brave Smash. And Merchant Navy not beaten that far either in third, and then a further photo for
records. He was the first horse in 100 years to win a Newmarket First Up last year. He's the first horse to go Newmarket, Lightning, Newmarket. There could be more records coming his way.
He's up to a mile now, and hopefully he's very versatile, and just that acceleration factor that he's got. If he can bring...
Actually be a little bit better than some of the general type of horse that we get in the Randwick Guineas. It's sort of like a pyramid.
It's the 100-to-1 pop in front. Condor at the 1,000 by a length on Trapeze Artist. Peaceful State well positioned third on the inside of Siege of Quebec. Then came Parada on the inside of Ace High. Further back to Kementari and the running line on the outside of Chaonic at the 750. Further back to Sully. D'Argento starting to creep a bit closer on the outside of Capital Gain. Then Age of Fire from Tangmere and Tangle the last one. They've got 600 metres to run. And Condor and narrow leader from Trapeze Artist. Then Siege of Quebec. Angling gets going early on Ace High, sooling it up 4 deep around the turn. Then Peaceful State from Parada. Further back to Chaonic and Kementari gets to the outside. Coming up the rise now. Siege of Quebec sustains the run. Going to join Trapeze Artist. Ace High's battling now. Kementari to the outside and further back to Parada. Kementari gets going now at the 150. Kementari dashes away in the Randwick Guineas from Trapeze Artist. Parada fighting out second and third, but it's a favourites victory. Kementari beats Parada. Trapeze Artist third, and I think Ace High may have grabbed fourth, just in front of Siege of Quebec. Followed in by Chaonic, then Condor from D'Argento.
He's the real deal. He can run a mile. He wins a Group 1. Kementari in the blue Godolphin colours. Glyn Schofield. Doncaster next. 240, 140. Kementari beats Parada the same way they finished in the Hobartville. And Trapeze Artist is third in front of...
Class horses have just about finished the first three, and I think the two picks of the yard fought it out there and 1-2.
Horse and rider, when he presses the button here at the 175, it's all over and away he goes. He's a look, he's an outstanding prospect, isn't he? Well, whether he goes to a Doncaster mile, I'd suggest probably yes.
Yeah, the things to say, it just gives you goosebumps when you see everyone out with their phones out taking videos of her and just capturing us from the a spell as the champ gets a big cheer just cantering past the winning post there, going.
So Banzar now officially on.
Sorry, not today. Overall, about 3/4 of that today.
The Lonhro Colt Kementari, a length further back to Winks, and Clearly Innocent is back last. They've gone past the 800 metres now. It's Invincible Gem, a length and a quarter in front to Happy Clapper. So Invincible Gem ups the speed at this point. 2.5 further back to Kementari. Winks gets going on the outside from Crack Me Up, and Clearly Innocent last. Invincible Gem is trying to slip away on the turn. 2.5 clear from Happy Clapper. Here's Winks moving up on the outside, and Kementari, the Colts trying to go with the champ. Invincible Gem, 3 lengths clear from Winks, getting into her work now. She went straight past Kementari. Happy Clapper's running the big race today, but Winks moves up now at the 150. Heads off a game, Happy Clapper. Kementari gets going late, but Winks is edging clear for a world record of 17 Group 1s, and Winks wins it by 3/4 to Happy Clapper and a game Kementari. Crack Me Up in 4.
How are they ever going to beat her? Happy Clapper, he tried hard today. Sea of blue as they hit the line. Winks, Happy Clapper, Kementari. She's done it again. 24 in a row. Black Caviar's record of 25 awaits next start, but 17.
You're a great horse.
My pony.
A massive crowd at Rosehill Gardens to see a champion. Some seeing her for the first time perhaps today in the... Sydney really appreciated.
There wasn't the pressure. This is clever riding by the opposition. The way to try and beat Winx, it doesn't work, but the way to try and do it is make it a low-pressure contest, and then she has to try and out-sprint you, because if it's a test of stamina, she's just going to flog you, as she does every time. She did out-sprint them, though. From the 400 to the 200, she broke 11 seconds. That's phenomenal. How good of a horse is Happy Clapper? He's a star. Look at how good he is, holding off a good 3-year-old in Kementari, who put in
respect yesterday by getting so close to her.
Well, they're good horses. The opposition are dead set good horses. We're talking about this is more or less all. Even Cracked Me Up's gone well here. This is serious form for the Doncaster Mile.
She was amazing. I guess just one point I would...
Coming up in 2 weeks. Slipper Candidates coming down the race here in front of a massive crowd at Rosehill Gardens.
5, 2, 10 and 1 our numbers. So on top performer ahead of Santos, Sunlight and Written By.
Right.
Runs to the gates. They're off and racing down. The Slipper Quifilla's back last. And Esther Jarb flew with the lead. She's going to lead. Sunlight is poking through together with Written By and Sandbar as Esther Jarb's trying to cross the leaders. Followed by Sizzling Bell. Then came Santos from F Secret Lady. Performers back second last. And Longleaf's at the rear. Esther Jarb eventually found the front from Written By and Santos working on the outside. Then Sandbar on the inside of Sunlight, and further back then to Fiesta as they turn the corner. Esther Jarb in front from Written By and Santos. Sunlight, Fiesta and Seabrook to the outside. Sandbar back to the rails. Esther Jarb still the leader from Written By Santos. Sandbar up the inside. Our Merton's closing up. A Hood's getting a gap. Esther Jarb with a good kick from Written By. Esther Jarb in front from Written By. A Hood on the inside's closing up. Esther Jarb in front from a Hood. Esther Jarb hanging on from a Hood, and Esther Jarb led all the way in the Slipper, just beat a Hood. Sunlight, I think, third in front of Written By, followed then by Seabrook, our Merton Sandbar on the fence, Prairie Fire and Quifilla. The Hawks have done it. A classic ride by Brenton Avdulla. His first Golden Slipper victory, and the raw emotion there of the Hawks boys, Wayne and Michael. And Brenton Avdulla, a perfect ride by Brenton. She flew the leads as she can do. A herd of
tears of joy from the brothers, Wayne and Michael Hawks. Much to use. Written By in fourth. 1:12.01 officially the time. Home in 34.4. Was getting close to the finish line. Can you remember the feeling? Can you just take us back 12 hours or so to what you guys were feeling as you're watching her coming up the straight in a fight? You go, you.
And all the prize money that she's earned, she's obviously a very good filly. And to cap off the filly's trifecta, Sunlight's been very, very good all the way through. Written By was the first colt home.
151 with 7. This is the Herald's Australian Derby, 2,400 metres.
Outstanding performance last time in defeat. I think he can claim the Victoria ATC Derby here race high, but Furor's run was...
win in the Tulloch Stakes, but I don't think he really needs to. He's a lovely staying type and he should get a...
6 into 5, Furor, 7.50 and a point and a half to $6. Lavendi further backed, $11 into $7. They're the cheap.
Vinderdance back a slot to fifth. 2 further back to Ace High. England's got options there for the inside or the outside. 2 further back to Weather With You, then came Endowment. Belfast is covering plenty of ground at the 900 metres, followed by Mongolian Conqueror. Lavendi's a lot further back today. Then came Mission Hill from Astoria. Further back then to Passaro on the fence from Tangled, Mongolian Marshall, and Salsamore sees them all. 600 metres to run. Capital Gain, main stage. Vinderdance, Furor, Condor behind them. Ace High's pulling to the outside. Then Weather With You, Mongolian Conqueror looking to slice through the field as they straighten them down. Then came Endowment into the straight main stage in front from Vinderdance and Ace High charging in from Furor. And Lavendi's coming from further back down to the 250. Ace High in front. Lavendi's the big danger. It's Ace High half in front to Lavendi. They're broken clear for a great start. Lavendi moves up to Ace High. Ace High won't sit down. Lavendi to the outside. Lavendi and Ace High nose and nose battle to the line, and it's a photo. Nothing between Ace High and Lavendi. Broken clear for a great start. Lavendi the outside. Lavendi and Ace High. Nose and nose battle to the line, and it's a photo. Nothing between Ace High and Lavendi. Many lengths away, third to Tangled. Then came Vin.
Tide nose down. Lavendi comes back. They hit the line. Lavendi on the outside looks as though it might have got up. It could. Mahogany and Dulcify were the last two to do the double. Ace High was denied by what looks to be a nose, and it is. It's a nose. Here's Lavendi coming back.
Will be outstayed with about 50 metres to go, but he had another dive and got the bob in, and that was a.
And then then the pain barrier with the staying prowess of Ace High kicks back. He's in front a stride before and a stride after the post, but that's a pretty good training performance from the Gilligotis boys, Team Gilligotis, because they've got the
out of it.
All right.
Royal Randwick, the TJ Smith runners are in the yard. Corey Brown is out.
Werribee, hope to squeeze it in first.
Got her claims.
Definitely a lot stronger this
here. 8 on top in her time.
Within her time, so in her time is going to settle second last. Redzell leads out narrowly from Jungle Edge and Global Glamour. Then Takedown from Fell Swoop. Trapeze Artist off the track. Then Brave Smash on the inside of the Mission. Le Remain, and the girls are back in the field in her time, and English will have to come around them. Coming to the turn, Redzell, the favourite, leads out by a half on Jungle Edge. Global Glamour third. Trapeze Artist has been wide. Then Takedown from Fell Swoop. Brave Smash is looking for runs. Further back to Le Remain. English to the outside. In her times in a traffic jam as Redzell zips away at the 200 from Trapeze Artist, who's sticking on. Trapeze Artist going after Redzell. Redzell a neck in front. A head in front. Trapeze Artist goes past him, and Trapeze Artist takes out the TJ. Big win, Trapeze Artist from Redzell. And in her time, no luck at all in third. Followed by Le Remain, then the Mission. A good gap. It looked as though we might have been in for another ding-dong battle in the Group 1, but no, Trapeze Artist sidled up and crunched Redzell. Dominating victory there, with Trapeze Artist taking it out. Now we've been to Trapeze Artist, Tangland for Gerald Ryan. What a dominant victory.
For the second time
there, he had good support on track here, and like you said, he is a giant killer. When you least expect
40 to 1, he was nowhere near that price yesterday, but he wasn't favourite. He was about $9-10.
He was well tried though, in obviously a good race, but boy, geez, he can produce a performance, this horse. I think you described him as a giant killer yesterday. That's exactly the way to describe him. He's a brilliant horse when he's right, and he was certainly on his game yesterday. Look, he's been patchy, like they stretched him up to a mile, and
Big Clapper on top, number 3, 3, 9, 11 and 4. Tony's thoughts on the Star Doncaster. We'll hear from him a little closer to start time. Let's get to Kembla for the
consenting endless drama. A great roughie to include at 20 to 1. Happy Clapper will run his usual on this race, and Invincible Gem.
Yeah. Gates open, racing, Tosin start and hopped up in the air at the start. He's going to settle last. Mr. Seawolf taken back, and D'Argento as well. Happy Clapper jumped away well. So did Kementari. And D'Argento's back last of all. Tom Melbourne moved around the outside to go and join Beats him in the lead. It's on at the 800 metres. Invincible Gem, Happy Clapper with nice runs behind. Followed by Coming Through. Kementari, one off the fence. Prized Icon further back with Endless Drama. Then Cool Chap from Humidor, Egg Tart Tosin starting, Crack Me Up from Lanciato, Mr. Seawolf and D'Argento's last, 500 metres to run. Beats him, and Tom Melbourne having an arm wrestle for the lead. Pulling out now is Invincible Gem, Coming Through, Happy Clapper back to the inside. Kementari looking for gaps as they come up the rise. Happy Clapper hard up the fence. Happy Clapper joins Beats him and Tom Melbourne. Coming Through, Kementari needs to left. Happy Clapper the 175, trying to fend them off. Happy Clapper in front from Coming Through. Beats him. Lanciato late, but Happy Clapper, runner-up for the last 2 years. It's his day-to-day. Happy Clapper takes out the Doncaster. Beat Coming Through and beats him. D'Argento flashing home. Lanciato needs to left. Happy Clapper the 175, trying to fend them off. Happy Clapper in front from Coming Through. Beats him. Lanciato late, but Happy Clapper, runner-up for the last 2 years. It's his day-to-day. Happy Clapper takes out the Doncaster. Beat Coming Through and beats him. D'Argento flashing home late, followed by Tom Melbourne, Humidor, then Lanciato from Cool Chap, Commentary, Egg Tart next from Crack Me Up, Prized Icon.
He's run second in 2 Doncasters. He's run placings in Group 1s. He got that Group 1 in the Epsom and he got one in the Canterbury Stakes. But to win a Doncaster, one of the great races on the Australian turf. It's the fastest Doncaster in history. Belmira Lad has held this Doncaster record since 1979 at
9142 our numbers, so I wouldn't say he's an arch rival.
9, 1, 4 and 3.
Well, there she is. Can she make it 25 wins in a row today in the Queen Elizabeth? Can't remember the last time she was this price. $1.22.
The Longines Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and they're off and racing. And a good line out, Galo's Shop in particular with Classic Uniform and Consensus showing speed. Winks is back last. In the early stages, Galo's Shop presses on with Classic Uniform, Consensus, and at 8 lengths off the lead, which is Galo's Shop, a real 2,000 metre specialist. Galo's Shop leads at the 1,000 by a length on Odeon. Consensus tucked away third, then Classic Uniform further back to coming through. Now starting a bit of a run here is Williams on Ambitious. He's making the move a fair way out, and he sends the stallion Ford Ambitious around the outside of the field. Then coming through Success Days, Humidor shuffle back a bit. Happy, Clapper and Winks, they're both back last as they go to the 600 metre mark. Galo's Shop leads narrowly from Classic Uniform the outside, and Ambitious striding up on the outside. They're followed just behind them then to Odeon from Success Days coming through. Consensus, Winks getting to the outside, Humidor the inside of her. Happy, Clapper needs luck as they straighten up. Galo's Shop tries to kick, 3 lengths clear, but Winks is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo's Shop in front, but Winks moves up on the outside. Winks takes the lead from Galo's Shop, and here's her second Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. Happy, Clapper needs luck as they straighten up. Galo's Shop tries to kick, 3 lengths clear, but Winks is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo's Shop in front, but Winks moves up on the outside. Winks takes the lead from Galo's Shop, and here's her second Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. Wins it easily. Galo's Shop held second, Happy Clapper third. Humidor got going late for fourth. Then came coming through. Good gap back to Consensus from Odeon, Classic Uniform. Ambitious couldn't sustain the runner, and Success Days last.
They stand together for a moment in time, 25 each. Joins Black Caviar. Just for a moment, Duff, they're together in the history books.
Wow, what a moment. A few people very nervous about her today, but what will we...
A dozen or more lengths from the 1,000, but she's just an exceptional athlete, and she creates so much attention, and I'm just so elated. I'm so proud of her. So
straight. Every bit of Royal Randwick is going to soak this in. They're standing here and they're applauding a champion. She could go round again, Duff.
Oh, isn't that just great? Just hearing the reaction she gets from a crowd.
So she has to be pretty special to win the way she does, and she just won with a bit of arrogance again. She just keeps lifting to those big occasions.
What were you thinking today?
Humidor, and has beaten them easily, running away. She's just a star. She's the best there is at the moment. I'd be staggered if there's a horse in the world that could beat her, and just another outstanding chapter in her book.
Yeah, surely they've got...
Even though she matched that magic 25 yesterday with Black Caviar, but just the moment and how lucky we are to have 2 champions so close together in our lifetime. It's just amazing. That's her champion quality, and the way that she can pull a sectional out in a staying race of our best sprinter.
It's the each way play to beat our Mandan, a loft up on the speed, and the way Who Shot the Barman went the other day, surely this will be his last Sydney Cup appearance, and who knows, he may well go to win a bit. All for
inside. Normandy led with the barrier blanket on.
Here for the Schweppes Sydney Cup. $2 million purse nowadays, $1.16 million for the winner. Our Mandan, 370 to 390, the favourite.
Followed by Admiral Jello, then Sir Charles Road, 5 to midnight. Lasquetti Spirit, well, it's taken her long enough to get going. She does that now at the 900 metres. She's normally a lot closer than this. Further back then to Olmito as the field bunches a bit. Ventura Storm tries to get going. Now Amandan pulls wide from Lebron Auvray. Further back to Zakata, who shot the barman, then Dukan and Patrick Aaron's last. The field really starting to bunch. Peripson's had enough of the 600 and Lord Fandango goes from the fence. From Admiral Jello and Lasquetti Spirit, they really start to turn it up now coming to the turn. Pulling out back to the inside, Sir Charles Road pinching plenty of ground. Auvray tracking up, so Zakata, and who shot the barman and Patrick Aaron to the outside. Up the rise, Sir Charles Road takes the lead from Zakata. Here's the 9-year-old who shot the barman. Is it his day today? Auvray next, and then came Patrick Aaron. It's Zakata, Sir Charles Road, who shot the barman wide out. It's Zakata in front from who shot the barman. Zakata, who shot the barman. Auvray late. They're wide apart. They hit the line. It's a photo in the Sydney Cup. Zakata and who shot the barman. Photo third, Auvray and Sir Charles Road. Then Lasquetti Spirit, Patrick Aaron. Further
the outside. Could the barman have done it at his 5th go in a Sydney Cup? Could he have done it? Now there's Zakata. Here's the barman's nose coming into frame. This will tell us. This will be accurate. Could be a dead heater. It could be the outside. Who shot the barman?
Nothing in that. This is a better shot. This is a better shot.
He's done it. Yes. I reckon the barman's got it.
Oh, that's close.
We're waiting on the photo. Photo shows who shot the barman. Well, I reckon Chris Waller.
It was a beauty.
And he fell in this race last year.
Incredible horse.
What a comeback. Here is the winning rider, Blake.
If there's ever a horse that deserves to win a Sydney Cup, beaten narrowly in the last 2. 9 years old, Bernie. Got a great group of owners that follow him around every year.
The Sydney Cup now, who shot the barman, a 9-year-old winning the Group 1 Sydney Cup. Trying to find, I haven't got the list and how many older horses, perhaps older than 9, that have won Group 1s. Ray Thomas suggested it might have been Magistrate, who won a Perth Cup in the early 80s. It might have been 10.
He won the Auckland Cup in 2014. He ran 3rd in the Melbourne Cup that year. He ran 2nd in the Sydney Cup in 2015, 4th in the Sydney Cup in 2016, 5th in the Melbourne Cup in 2016, 2nd in the Sydney Cup in 2017, and here he is winning it in 2018. What an iron horse.
Stakes there was outstanding and represents very good value here.
Sonny, when we asked him what he'd do with the million, he started off by saying, look, I'll pay some debts and I'll invest and whatnot. But
well, you can watch it for free nowadays on the Tab app, of course. Let's have a look at what's happening for you on track for the...
Reef rolls to the front and Daisy Doom from the outside draw got across to keep it company. Prompt Response and Silent Edition take cover. 8 Memoirs going forward on the outside. Dixie Blossoms caught 3 deep but getting cover now. There the filly Elise is 3rd last but trying to improve. From Natoya and Perfect Rhyme is the last one. Spanish Reef leads at the 500 metres from Daisy Doom and 8 Memoir. Then Prompt Response. Silence Edition tucked away between them. Further back to Dixie Blossoms. Eckstein and Abby Marie heads the rest into the straight. Spanish Reef comes off the fence. Prompt Response goes through. Running on now is Silence Edition on the outside of Daisy Doom. Then Dixie Blossoms, Oregon's Day and Eckstein up the fence. Prompt Response takes the lead, 150 out. Here's Elise coming down the outside. Elise going after Prompt Response, and Elise, the filly, goes on to win it. Elise beats Prompt Response. The rest into the straight. Spanish Reef comes off the fence. Prompt Response goes through. Running on now is Silence Edition on the outside of Daisy Doom. Then Dixie Blossoms, Oregon's Day and Eckstein up the fence. Prompt Response takes the lead, 150 out. Here's Elise coming down the outside. Elise going after Prompt Response, and Elise, the filly, goes on to win it. Elise beats Prompt Response. Heavens Above grab 3rd in front of Oregon's Day and Abby Marie. Then Dixie Blossom quickly.
Elise back into the winners list with a Group 1, and that customary turn of foot was back again today. Adam Mile back from 2,000 metres.
Just goes so well for Glenn. He gets back on her, he presents her, and she has got a lethal sprint, and she put him away, winning by a big margin from the very, very brave. She's had a couple of runs at the Ramwick Mile now for a Flight Stakes win, and here she is, you know, beating the older mares in the Kilmore Legacy. Wow, the sky's the limit for a filly like her. What could she do? Could she win an Epsom? Could she win a Maya Classic? Yes. Why couldn't she?
$7 Catchy. Those two are the best back runners. Whispering Brook still has supporters at $8, and Secret Agenda, I thought it might be getting out to double figures, just turned back the other way. 10. Formalities 11, Dainty Test 12, Shoals 13, and a little bit of late.
They're running up towards the turn, and Miss Rock on the inside of It's Been a Battle. They're the joint leaders here. They lead by 2 to Quillista, Formality, True Excelsior, then Whispering Brook. Next the inside, Miss Gunpowder from Dainty Test, then Mystified, Legless Verve. Super Cash riding for luck near the inside. Coming deep was Shoals. They're in the straight, Miss Rock, joined by It's Been a Battle. Formality deeper with True Excelsior. Looking for a run, Quillista, and Shoals is letting go down the outside with a big run. Secret Agenda running on as well, but Shoals out wide. Moved up and ran to the lead here and burst away Shoals. From running to second, Secret Agenda. Micah Lil late, but Shoals wins effortlessly. Wins from Secret Agenda second. I think Micah Lil's run third. What a story it.
Absolutely superb, isn't she? I mean, there's only 3 horses in Australia before today have won 3 Group 1s this year. Trapeze Artist, Happy Clapper and Winks. This one now wins her 3rd Group 1. She had the setback after the surround. I think she's going to Royal Ascot. We'll double check Adam, we'll find out. This was dominating, wasn't it?
Was it ever? She's only had, it's her 10th start.
And how many she won?
3 Group 1. She's won 7 races.
And been second twice.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable weight. So I think he'll run well, but couldn't back him.
Super Cash.
Spot. I think he's at the best each way bet in the race. And Miss Rock is another one that maps perfectly. So
bullish about Voodoo Lad, but which one?
I'm going to, from the yard, there's 3 gallopers by Lope de Vega. I think Santa Ana Lane is the best looker here, just in front of her at Voodoo Lad. Certainly presented well, second up, and I think second up in Adelaide would take a
Rock, Vega Magic going forward deeper now to be 4th. Overshare was even wider. Further back then to Voodoo Lad. It was on the inside there of Micah Lil. I'll have a bet. Stellar Collision drifts back now. Secret Agenda was back there with it. Then Vidora. She's well back with Nipperkin. Viridine, Santa Ana Lane. Then Handsome Thief, Lope DiCaprio. And Exalted Adam was last up to the turn in the Darley Goodwood. And on the inside, Thronum joined by Flamberge and deeper Vega Magic. Right behind them, Miss Rock with Super Cash. Ferrando back on the inside, then Overshare, and right to the outside goes Secret Agenda with Nipperkin. Flamberge led, Vega Magic after it, Super Cash squeezing between them, then Overshare. I'll have a bit running on with Still Frost, Vega Magic, Flamberge, Miss Rock was still there, Super Cash trying to squeeze through, Flamberge led, here's Santa Ana Lane, Santa Ana Lane through on the inside, Santa Ana Lane wins the Darley Goodwood. Then Overshare, and right to the outside goes Secret Agenda with Nipperkin. Flamberge led, Vega Magic after it, Super Cash squeezing between them, then Overshare. I'll have a bit running on with Still Frost, Vega Magic, Flamberge, Miss Rock was still there, Super Cash trying to squeeze through, Flamberge led, here's Santa Ana Lane, Santa Ana Lane through on the inside, Santa Ana Lane wins the Darley Goodwood, beats Miss Rock second for this second consecutive year. I'll have a bit was 3rd, Super Cash, not sure how much. Handsome Thief, Vega Magic. Next was Voodoo.
Gee, what a result. Ben Mellon, he's had a bit of luck in this race in the past, he sure has. And Santa Ana Lane, the pick from the yard for Adam McGrath, has come with a steaming run to win the Goodwood, hasn't he?
Even pick his way through the field. What a good season Anthony Friedman's having with his horses. She had Shoals there last week winning the big Group 1, and this horse is he's been a horse that's always showed bits and pieces of brilliance, but you just got to time his preparation to the minute, and they certainly got that right yesterday. Miss Rock was much better ridden.
2, 9 and 4. They are moving out for the Group 1 Kingsford Smith Cup.
and they're out on the track there and arriving at the start point. We're going to try and squeeze in Sandown as we take it.
To 7 lengths off Le Romain, who's in the van by 3/4 of a length here from Monsieur Gustave. Third is Most Important. Fourth, the inside is English, and fifth out 3 wide, creeping forward now is Endless Drama. A length and a half to Champagne Cuddles out 3 wide. Might have some cover with Impending between it and Volpe Veloce over on the inside, and Care to Think is still last of all. Really tight and compact here. There's only 5 lengths first to last. Monsieur Gustave on the outside in company here with also Le Romain. Out 3 wide, looming up now is Endless Drama. Champagne Cuddles one from the outside. English is back nearer the inside, and Care to Think right down the outside from Impending. Le Romain's in front. Champagne Cuddles on the outside from Impending and Care to Think. Le Romain's in front. Impending coming through late. Champagne Cuddles on the outside. Le Romain, Impending. They go to the line. It's a photo. Le Romain, Impending. Third shot. And Care to Think right down the outside from Impending. Le Romain's in front. Champagne Cuddles on the outside from Impending and Care to Think. Le Romain's in front. Impending coming through late. Champagne Cuddles on the outside. Le Romain, Impending. They go to the line. It's a photo. Le Romain, Impending. Third, Champagne Cuddles, I reckon, just ahead of English. Just ahead of English, followed by Volpe Veloce. Care to Think. Time Impending is done.
A finish. What a finish to the Kingsford Smith Cup. And here is Impending grabbing Le Romain. And it's Impending. He's won a Stradbroke. And he's won another Group 1 in Queensland, the Kingsford Smith Cup. He's Impending. Does he go out on a high? Is that it for him? Is he off the stud?
Oh, you was usually like, I'd probably think so now. He probably outweighted in the Stradbroke, but class.
Santa Ana Lane, the Goodwood winner, is $11 into $10. Shillelagh is $13 out to $14. Rassel Selection is the top pick on the fixed at $4.80, $6 Impending, and Paras is next in line at $8.
Paras, a 3-year-old colts in front from Endless Drama. The Monstar third. Fourth is Champagne Cuddles. Fifth is Super Cash out 3 wide. Most Important, Santa Ana Lane, followed there by Voodoo Lag. Crack Me Up is over on the inside. And then Shillelagh, followed by Burning Passion. Care to Think towards the back of the field. A length and a half to Invincible Gem, second last Spieth, and Fox Players last of all. Impending is back on the ruck. He's about 8th at the 4.25. On the inside, Paras just in front. Endless Drama. Super Cash going to third. Champagne Cuddles looking for the way clear. Santa Ana Lane is over on the inside, and Crack Me Up down the outside. Paras, Endless Drama, Champagne Cuddles, the inside. Santa Ana Lane coming through. Santa Ana Lane's hit the front from Paras, Champagne Cuddles, Super Cash, Crack Me Up. Santa Ana Lane for the Stradbroke. Santa Ana Lane by 2 lengths. Super Cash second. Photo third. Champagne Cuddles prominent. Paraston Crack Me up there, followed by Shillelagh. Impending, Most Important, followed by Spieth. Invincible. Santa Ana Lane has won the Stradbroke. Number 2, Ben Melham for Anthony Friedman, defeating Super Cash, and Champagne Cuddles will be third. But
what he did in the Goodwood handicap. So a horse in fine form, putting 2. Well, that's his 3rd career Group 1. So he's really come of age, this sprinter. Super.
And we just chat Sam here with me, and we're just chatting away the first horse to complete the Goodwood Stradbroke double in history.
Yeah. No, look. Second of our Group 1s is next. 3.5 minutes away from the JJ Adkins Plate over the mile for the 2-year-olds, and on track the Autumn Sun is going for a bit of a drift, as Quinny suggested it was easier.
Wides with us some cover. Just in behind those, Sizzling Ace over on the inside from Plumaro. The Autumn Sun, Miss Sarah, followed there by just in behind those Pepe La Few. Lee Me Machine, Caesar second last, and Homemade 2.5 lengths away at the 350 in front. Boom Sarah 2.5 lengths clear. Grim Reaper on the inside coming quickly, going into second. Also Zeus down the outside, the Autumn Sun down the outside as well, and also Fundamentalist coming through. Fundamentalist Zeusane, the Autumn Sun and Zeusane the inside, the Autumn Sun stretches and wins. The Autumn Sun ahead to Zeusane. Photo third, Fundamentalist and Caesar, followed by Grim Reaper, Plumaro.
Well, what have we unearthed here? unbeaten. 3 starts, 3 wins, and at its 3rd start, the Autumn Sun gets a Group 1 on the board, beats Zusain.
Wet track. He gets to a mile, but still puts them away and puts them away with style. He just looks a horse that's all quality, weight for age class in time. There's no doubt about it.
The leader.
Yeah.
So he didn't cross.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and barriers were important.
Nature Strip yesterday. Didn't this horse bounce back?
Strip at the 220 in front by 2 lengths. Now almost 3 lengths. I Am Someone as the favourite extends. Then El Magnificence, but it's all Nature Strip. It accelerates inside the 100 metres and is going to come clear here for Damien Lane. Impressive with the 60.5 bolts in by 5 lengths. I Am Someone, 3rd Double Jeopardy, followed by Order of Command.
This horse bounced back.
He's always been an X-factor horse, and you know we're still waiting for him to tick off that 1200 metre box. But this is a pretty good win. Look, this track was in the soft range yesterday. That's an 1100 metre race, obviously down the straight. He travelled, he pricked his ears, he cruised in the run, and look at him sprint home here. He's 0.11 outside the course record at Flemington on a winter track. You've got to stand up and take notice of this horse. He's always had that big boom on him, and obviously we're just waiting him. If he wins a 1200 metre race, I must say he'd have to get a slot. He'd have to get a slot. Someone will like that. Flemington on a winter track. You've got to stand up and take notice of this horse. He's always had that big boom on him, and obviously we're just waiting him. If he wins a 1200 metre race, I must say he'd have to get a slot. He'd have to get a slot. Someone will like that horse.